I'd like to invite Anna Burgos to the stand. She's from the European Commission. We heard about the importance of funding, and she's going to talk about Horizon Europe.
Thank you, Richard, and thank you very much for inviting me to discuss the Horizon Europe calls. I was given 15 minutes, and you see that I speak quite fast, so I said, why don't deviate a little bit from the title that I was given and try to open a little bit the horizon for funding on what we are doing in Europe and the European Commission. So my first point here is to explain to you what we are doing under EU for Health. This is the new kit on the block that arrived in 2021, but many people don't know about it, and I think that is very important for you, not to only focus on Horizon Europe as the main source of funding in Europe, but to also look for other opportunities. And EU for Health is providing us these opportunities. So I don't want to go point by point. I think that many of our partners have been discussing these days the work that we are doing together. But I think that it is very important for you to see that we are trying to develop new innovative funding mechanisms. And for sure, the most important push funding that we are doing is a partnership with CARBEX and with GARPI. You know them very well. We are having individual work with them, but we also want to see like synergies between the work of both of them, and we are very happy to be working together. But apart from this, we are developing more support and funding for antimicrobial resistance and antibiotics through procurement. So this is not the normal, because usually we do this through grants. And procurement allows us, and from the European Commission, we really want to be close to you and accompany you during the journey. So you can see there the calls for tenders that we have done to speed up innovation. This is important for you, so that you don't only look for grants, that you can also look for procurement. And we have, for example, supported development of new tuberculosis vaccine, tuberculosis medicines for specifically formulations for children, rapid point-of-care diagnostics for susceptibility testing. And this can go up to 20 million, so it is very important. We are also exploring pre-commercial procurement. This is a very technical financing word, but for you it's important to understand the concept. We have launched the first pre-commercial procurement for products that are addressing pandemics or threats. This might come for antimicrobial resistance. So just to give you this example, we are putting forward an investment of 200 million euros for vaccines against influenza. And what we want to do is really to move the product from preclinical to phase 1, phase 2, to phase 3, and really support with the commercialization. So these are things, it is just for you to understand where we are coming from, and that you see that this is where the Commission will be moving also in the next years, because now what the funding that we know will finish in 2027, but then we will start a new financing program. And on this financing program, we really have a very high focus on innovation, and we will continue to do this. So if I move to Horizon Europe, just to give you a little bit of a snapshot of the projects that we have supported in the last years, you see only a few examples there, but I would like you to focus on the One Health AMR partnership. This is something that we funded in 2024, but it is important for you because there will be calls that will be launched as part of this partnership in the years to come. The total commitment is 253 million, and this can be spent in surveillance, in IPC, in innovation. So it is a lot of potential. The maximum time that this money can be spent is 10 years, but maybe we have a lot of calls, we will get rid of this money before. But it is a really, really big endeavor because we have 53 organizations for 30 countries, and they are specialists in this field. So you will see calls coming there. And then just to say that it is not only antibiotics that we are focusing on. You have seen in the previous slide that we do diagnostics. You see here also that we have some activities on diagnostics. And we are also covering phage therapy. So unfortunately for phage therapy, we launched a call under Horizon Europe already last year, so there will be no opportunities in the next couple of years. But this is something that we want to see how it is evolving and further opportunities. So then I come to the purpose of the presentation, that is to explain to you the upcoming opportunities. It is very important for you to see the year that is in the title of the different calls. So when you see 2027, is that you have to start looking for these grants by the end of this year or 2027, because they will only be published by then. And if you see 2026, is something that you have to keep an eye already this year. So I think that the most relevant for you is really the first one, that will be on new antibacterial and antifungal therapies. You see there the scope of activities for the specific drug-resistant pathogens. As said, we cannot cover phage therapies this time because we cover phage therapies just before. But you can see that the total amount to be spent is 44 million, and we will have projects from 8 to 10 million. Then we have another call on diagnostics. This one is not specifically for AMR, but it can cover AMR. So please have a look very carefully to the conditions. But the most important point of this call, because it is more focused on the technology, is really to ensure that this point-of-care diagnostics or portable diagnostics can be used in remote areas. So if your diagnostics covers this criteria, please have a look, because we have 39 million to be spent, and you see the contribution per project is 5 to 7 million. And then last but not least, we have a call on advancing research for prevention, diagnosis, and management of post-infection long-term conditions. And for this one, we have 39 million and a total of 6 to 8 million for contribution per project. So as I said at the beginning, these are the Horizon Europe. This is like where you can get all the information well in advance. But I would like you to be really keeping an eye on what happens in the funding and tenders portal, because we are going to put forward a diagnostic hub in the months to come. So this will come most likely around the summer or after the summer. The diagnostic hub is a big investment from our side. What we expect is really to ensure that companies and academia can really have, can really focus on rapid diagnostics, point-of-care diagnostics, and that all the part on scaling up and regulatory, having an easier market approval would be there. So I think that this is very important. We will in the future have a therapeutic hub also, but this is still being designed. But for the diagnostic hub, I think that should be there around summer. Then, as said, for procurement itself, we have this MCM accelerator, and we will be launching calls. On this one, I cannot give you a heads up of what will be coming, but there might be things related to AMR. HERA Invest, it is also one place where you can get venture loans at very good rates from EIB. This is a specific proposal that we put forward, and usually the projects can be 20 million, around 20 million, and this is always open. So if you can have a look to the HERA Invest website, EIB website, this is an on-rolling basis, and you can really apply there. And then, very important for us is really a new initiative that we will have that is called Ramp Up, where we really want to get closer to all of you, to all the developers, and to get information from you and to ensure that there can be this communication as you develop your product. This will be launched by the end of the year. This is really, if you put it in simpler words, it's really a database for developers, for producers, but we really want to ensure that you have, that you can talk to each other, that you can discuss with other companies and really discuss with us. So I think that is very important. And as I said, also, we are very proud of the collaboration with our partners, with WHO, with GARPI, with CARBEC. So anything that you do with them, of course, we might end up working together. So I think that was it. I hope that it was not very fast. But
Questions?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Hello, I'm calling from the Wellcome Trust. My name is Sabrina Lamore-Julian. I'm interested to hear your funding call for the therapeutics. What stages of development will you be thinking about? Is this more clinical stage or preclinical? I'll be interested to hear.
The first one, right? This one, in principle, is preclinical to phase 1, but you might find a little bit more information. So in the call itself when it is published. So it is in general clinical trials, but what we had in mind is preclinical, clinical phase 1. If you see that there's a very promising product that is phase 2, these are things that can be questioned at the time when the call is published, and then my colleagues will be able to tell you whether it is eligible or not. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. I have a question. So this mechanism is based on calls, as far as I understand. Is it possible to make proposals the way around, or how maybe a proposal can translate into a call?
So which mechanism are you talking about? The call on the first one? Or?
The AMR, sorry, the AMR.
The partnership.
Partnerships.
Yeah, the partnership will be based on calls. So I think that
So no room for proposals.
It is calls that the partnership will launch themselves.
Yes, but calls is a call. I mean, you are calling for something.
Yes.
Is it possible to get to you, to make proposals to you that maybe?
This is always possible. I think that you need to reach the partnership. If not, we are part of the partnership. So of course we are happy to pass the message. For us, it's very important that the priorities are in line with WHO priorities, our priorities.
Yes.
But as I said, for us, the purpose is really to get closer and closer to you in the years to come. So we are always happy to hear about your product and hear about
I'm not talking about
priorities.
product, I'm talking about public health. As
Okay.
a proposal in terms of public
Maybe we
health.
can talk
Yes.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Super.
We have one more over here.
Hello. You spoke a lot about push mechanisms today. Is there any indication of, specifically in the next couple of years or even into 2027, revival of some kind of pull mechanism for HERA, such as the revival of the revenue guarantee pilot scheme?
I think that for that you will have to wait until the next session because I don't want to spoil it. Thank you very much.